Hey there, I'm Lucas Bond with the Missouri Department of Conservation, and today on Habitat Hints, we're going to be talking savanna restoration efforts. Why we look at savannas, why we try and help increase and make it a better landscape and have better habitat and so forth. I'm going to be joined by private lands conservationist Gregg, and we're going to talk about savanna restoration. All right, Corey, so we're talking savanna restoration. So first and foremost, what is a savanna? I know some people will be like, is it just a field? What exactly is a savanna?
Yeah, savannas are basically grasslands with scattered trees. So I'm talking canopy cover of 20%, 10-20%, usually wide opening canopies. And you can see in this case behind me, this technically was probably pasture in years past, but you can see these big open grown post oaks and white oaks, and with these kind of short statured bodies and wide spreading canopies. That's basically showing that they were wide open grown whenever they were first taken off. And so those are pretty characteristic trees of savannas. So if you have some old pasture land that you're wanting to create better habitats, so basically in this case getting rid of a lot of fescue and replacing that with native wildflowers and grasses and whatnot, that was the key. So it's been, they sprayed it out, they've burned it off, they've planted a good savanna mix for this part of the state, and this is probably the second or third year of growth now.
Well, I mean, it looks very, there's plenty of great popping natives and habitat here. So I know you mentioned they sprayed it out, they burned it off. So kind of, those that are watching, those plans are something, how do you just come up with something like that? So how do we get something like a plan put together to determine when we should burn it, when we should spray it, or how we get rid of fescue and how we can get natives back?
Yeah, I think just kind of dreaming big, thinking about what you have now and maybe what some of the limiting factors are from a habitat standpoint. And so if you were to invite one of our MDC conservationists, private land conservationists or foresters out on your property, we can kind of brainstorm together and come up with a game plan of, hey, this is an opportunity here that we could look at, and kind of draw out a roadmap on how to get to that final product. And so just working with your local contact, I think, is a good way to start.
And like you said, you're working with your local contact, and it'll help you determine how many times you burn it, and if you should spray it, or and so forth. And that's a lot of information. I know if I was a new landowner and I was trying to do something with pasture-sized land and wanting to make it a better habitat, that's exactly what I would do. And along on top of that, I know we've talked about this before. There's cost share programs to help with this, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. And so, the private lands, the conservationists are the ones that know those programs well and can kind of bridge that gap and give you the right road to go down and which program may work best for you and your property and the size, and just come up with that game plan again and give you the technical guidance to get that accomplished.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Corey. And again, just echoing what he said, if you want to learn more about some of the information about savanna restoration, just get on our website at mdc.mo.gov and then search for your local private lands conservationists, as they're going to be the biggest help for you, as they can probably more than likely get to talking with you, put up together a plan by coming out and visiting with you and helping you increase habitat and make your land full of natives, or whatever questions you may have. So please give them a call or check that out on our website at mdc.mo.gov.